Before we start the topic of the day, just wanted to let all know this is about the new macOS that has been released in this month in September, and this is kind of still we are learning about the new macOS, and we are exploring what all features it has, and few of the features has not yet come or like released publicly, and then will be releasing in next month, particularly the Apple Intelligence or some other features that they have highlighted. But I tried to put up the features that I was able to recognize and I was able to put up in the presentation, and we'll also be seeing how Intune can be helpful in terms of managing the macOS and upgrading the macOS to the latest version for the environment, your organization environment. To talk about my expertise, so I have been in IT for from last 8 years, close to 8 years, and I have experience in managing end users devices like Windows, MacBook, Android devices, iOS, iPad devices, and also I have experience in managing multiple MDM platforms like Intune, Jamf, and SCCM, which is known as MECM right now. I also have other skills of other tools like ServiceNow, BMC Remedy, Sentinel One, packaging for Windows and macOS, and then experience on Azure, which is now called as MS Entra, and M365 Admin Center. So to start with macOS Sequoia, this is the latest macOS that has been released in September 16 publicly for everyone, and there are particular devices that are compatible with macOS Sequoia. So I just wanted to put the older 5 versions that has been upgraded and what are the latest version in all of them. So to talk about Sonoma, the latest version that we have right now is 14.7. For Ventura, it is 13.7. For Monterey, we have 12.7.6. For Big Sur, we have 11.7.10, and Catalina, we have 10.15.7. Most of the features that Intune has, it supports on Ventura and later. And if any device has previous version of macOS, it doesn't get supported on Intune, so it normally asks for a latest version to be upgraded. So right now it's supporting on Sonoma, and then now it's been upgraded to Sequoia as well. To talk about the features that has been observed in Sequoia, we have continuity feature. So continuity feature is basically if you have Apple ecosystem, you have iPad or iPhone and macOS, and then if you are trying to use all of them at once, so anything you pause in iPhone or iPad, and then you can continue the same in Mac. It works, the ecosystem works in a better way. So let it be a copy paste system. So you copy an iPhone and then paste in Mac OS, or let it be a image feature. Most of the features, are comes under continuity feature, and it is a good feature when you use multiple devices under one user management. Then we have the iPhone mirroring. This is the latest feature that has been brought in macOS Sequoia, where you need to connect your iPhone with the macOS only once, and after that, anytime you launch macOS, it can automatically connect to iPhone, and then you can see the screen, and you can manage the screen from the Mac itself. So it also is part of the continuity feature, and it also enhances the users experience over all Apple devices. Will be covering this as part of the demo process. There are also a few Safari updates that has been brought in the new latest version, like text effects or distraction control. So distraction control is basically removing the ads, advertisements in the Safari. So whenever you are trying to read any blog or any article on Safari, there is a feature where you can disable all the distracts. So the ads that are coming on the site, it will be blocked, particularly in Safari browser. And then it has some other highlights as well. Talking about the new passwords, so previously there was a passwords application which was in which was part of the system settings in macOS, and now it has been provided as a separate application. So the feature enhancement has been done that previously the passwords it basically saves or stores the password that you use for any particular site in your iCloud account. But with the new passwords application, it doesn't limits its usage only for Safari browser or on the OS. It also can help in terms of if you're trying to access anything on other browsers like Chrome, Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, or Brave browser. You can just save the settings and it will automatically save the passwords in passwords application. So it just enhances the limitations of usage. And also there are some other big improvements as like Apple Intelligence and such. So that's all about the latest version of macOS and its features. To talk about the compatibility, if you see there are MacBook Pro, it starts from 2018 or later. So as you know, for any Apple devices, they try to support or they try to bring updates for 5 years plan. And if you don't have if you have any device that is older than 5 years, that stops the major update, while the minor updates will be still presenting or will be still deploying on the devices. And it is mostly about enhancing the security and management of the device. So for macOS Sequoia, we have MacBook Pro with 2018 and later. Same goes with MacBook Air. So MacBook Air, they mostly give it on Apple chipsets, that is M1, M2, and M3. We have iMac Pro, Mac Mini, and Mac Studio as well, where on particular versions where macOS Sequoia is compatible to be upgraded. So in Intune, there are multiple methods we can push the software updates. So we'll be first covering how we can update the software. So as you know, the public release has been available for all the users. So any users that use a Mac, they will be first getting the software update notification on in system settings general software update window. But if the device is getting managed by Intune, we can disable or enable specific updates, or we can also give permission to user to defer updates if the user is not ready to install it right now. Let's say few of the users, they particularly feel like to upgrade it after 1 or 2 months, just to be not part of the list where in if any bug comes in on the latest version, it might impact them, or it also impacts the improvement or enhancement of the devices. So they try to avoid that. So for that particular users, or let's say we if we have any VIP users in the company who doesn't want to upgrade right away, we can give the deferral days to them, and they can plan it according to their usage and their timings. So to create the macOS update policy, we have a separate macOS update section. So you can find it in into an admin center. Go to devices, under macOS, under platform we need to select macOS, and then under macOS we have macOS updates, where we can create policy. And particularly the if we are planning for the major updates, then it will be covered under all updates for US. We have all updates on OS. We have multiple options, like we can download and install, we can install later according to the admins privileges or admins standard. They can select the standard and click on yes. And we can also schedule it. Let's say we don't want to schedule it within the business period, let's say Monday to Friday, we can schedule it after the timing as well. So that if the schedule is done after the timing, it'll normally go to the device, and it'll run sorry, it'll run only on the weekend, so we can select that as well. So This is about how we can give users the permission to defer the updates for a user. So we can configure this under the configuration settings under settings catalog. It comes under the restriction category. So these are the three update settings that we need to enable or disable according to the organization standards. So if we talk about enforce software update delay, this basically delays the software update on a device. Let's say if we want to give for 30, 60, 180 or 120, accordingly the user will be able to delay it. The next one is enforced software update delay only for major updates. Let's say the user is on Ventura and then needs to upgrade to Sonoma, or from Sonoma need to upgrade to Sequoia. So they can have the permission to defer it for a particular days, let's say for 30, 60, 180, 120. um then last one is the software update for minor OS. If we're upgrading from 14 to 14.1, 14.2, 14.7, same way goes for minor updates for any of the for Venture also it is like 13 to 13.1, 13.6. You can give the deferral period to the user so that they can plan their updates accordingly. Then we have permission restricted. If the admins don't want to give the deferral period or don't want to manage the OS updates by the user, they want to manage it from the backend. They can they can configure it under settings catalog with the category as software updates. So if they do this, if they enable this, automatically install app updates or macOS updates, particularly whenever the update check-in will be or whenever the update will be available, it will automatically install without asking any permission to the end user, and it will plan for the restart as well. Then we have specific macOS versions. So sometimes in our restricted environment, we allow users to upgrade to major versions, but we don't allow users to upgrade to minor versions. Or let's say we wanted to upgrade to a specific version and don't want to update later on to that. As an admin, you also have a privilege under DDM declarative device management. So this setting you can find under configuration profile type setting catalog and under DDM, the software update category. So here you need to basically provide the target build version. The target build version is a very unique version that has been added as part of the software updates. You can find the target build version from the software update window. So just to show, for this particular Mac that is updated on version 15.0, if I click on this, so um this is the particular window, particular target version that we need to highlight on. We don't have to select 15.0 over here. We have to select the exact unique ID for that macOS update, and then we can select a particular date and time. Let's say we wanted to upgrade our users by October 1st, or we wanted to upgrade, push the policy to the user. So whenever we wanted a specific date, we can mention this target date, and then um, we can push the policy accordingly. And it we can also mention the target OS version instead of 15.0. If I have 15.1 and then I want to push 15.1 also, it will work. So it will work basically for both minor macOS updates as well as for major macOS updates. So these all are the macOS update policy that we can manage through Intune. So it will give more, it will give more enhancement or more power to the Intune admin to do the OS updates or manage the OS updates particularly. So we'll just go through the Intune admin center, and then we'll check the settings once. Okay, so we're in the Intune Admin Center right now. So as I mentioned, there are two ways. One is the software update policy. You can see under managed updates, macOS updates, and you as I have created one for install macOS Sequoia. So under this we can see what are the properties that has been prepared or edited. If you want to create any particular ones, we can also create it, but instead of the Intune updates, if we want to go under the DDM updates, the declarative device management updates, then we need to go to devices, macOS, and then configuration, and then we need to create one new policy under DDM. So DDM will not be coming under templates. um we have to go under settings catalog, and let's say I want to give like install in DDM, and then I need to search with declarative device management as you see right here, and under declarative device management I need to go under software update, and I can see this details URL. So basically details URL is the settings where you can give a info about a particular um, update that has been pushed, but this has to be your organization's website. So if you have any article, or if you want to create any article particularly for the restricted environment where you want to give some info to the end user, you can just put that link. So whenever the update will come under the notification window, they'll be also be able to access the URL, and they'll be able to understand what the update will be included with. And then as I mentioned, you can get the target build version from the system settings. You can also get it under Apple updates. So each Apple updates has their own unique ID. You need to provide the unique ID over here, and then you can select the particular date and time. And whenever whatever the time is has been set, according to that, it will be giving the notification to the end user on the notification window. And also under declarative device management, we have software update settings. So this. So if we allow so under software update settings, if we allow users to update themselves by themselves, then they can go to system settings. They can manually go to system settings, general software update, and they'll be able to manage it. So here, if they see any updates that are coming here, they will be able to install it themselves. But if we disable that, they'll not be able to see or not be able to install the updates. Then we have automatic actions. If we want to download and not install, or if we want to download and install, or if we want to download and install security update, particularly the security updates are the most critical updates that needs to be checked. We can also manage this through macOS security macOS updates using Intune, or we can also manage under DDM policy. Then we have rapid security response. It's about the same, the security policy, the critical policies. If we enable them, it will be installed on the device as soon as the security updates gets released by macOS. So recently, if you observe, there is a zero-day vulnerability has been detected, and then using security response policy, if it is enabled on your environment, it will automatically, the devices will be getting the updates, and automatically will be installing and updating the devices without any admin intervention. So these all are the OS updates that I was able to cover up. Then we have the features. So obviously there are multiple features that are there in the new macOS, and I won't be able to cover it up all of them, but there are only few restrictions that are available right now, and then there are restrictions that will be coming up in the later stage. So in the later months, if I get a chance, I'll be also going through all of the full version release. So the restrictions that we have till now, which is on 2408 and later Intune admin service release. So we'll be having option to allow Genmoji, Image Playground, Game Center, iPhone mirroring, writing tools, and universal control. So universal control is the older feature. I just wanted to mention over here so that you'll have idea on how exactly the continuity feature works under universal control. So Genmoji, writing tools and image playground, this is basically as part of the Apple intelligence, which is not part of this 15.0 update. It'll be coming in the next month, and then we'll get chance to go through them in detail. Game center. So if we doesn't allow the game center, so I'll just show you in system settings we have game center that will be disabled. So if your device has been logged in with Apple ID, all settings get sync with each other. So if you are changing any settings for iOS, it will automatically be reflecting in Mac and vice versa. So we can specifically we can disable this game center. So if we disable this, any games that you play on your iPhone, and then if it is connected to the Mac, it will not be reflecting on the Mac. So it basically saves the all the data on the game center. If you are continuing any particular level or anything, it will be saving that data in the iCloud. Then we have iPhone mirroring option. So this is the latest option, latest feature that we have. So for this, I don't have my iPhone connected to the MacBook using cable, but it is connected over Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And you can see I am able to see, and even I'll be able to use all the apps from the MacBook without using my iPhone. And also it will be only usable when your iPhone is logged or your iPhone is kept aside. And if you're using your iPhone, this feature will say it's already in use. Let's say if I turn it on, it is saying lock your iPhone to restart iPhone mirroring. That means because iPhone is already in use, so it is not allowing that. So using allow iPhone mirroring disable, you can also disable this if we are particularly using any organization MacBook, and then we don't want to mirror our personal iPhones with that, we can disable that as well. Allow writing tools, it is one of the features that part of Apple intelligence, and it is not yet come. But if we wanted, particularly few organizations, they don't want to open their devices to the AI. They want to restrict it under a specific setting, so they can disable this as well. And universal control. So universal control is basically managing all the devices at once and then using the continuity under it. If we disable it, then it will not be getting your MacBook will not be getting any updates from them, from the other devices. To to set these restrictions, we can go to Indian portal, and under settings catalog, we need to search with restrictions on macOS, and we need to search under settings, we need to search with restrictions over here. And you can see options like uh, uh, allow fingerprint, allow game center, allow Genmoji, allow image playground, allow iPhone mirroring. Yep. And we can disable if we don't want to allow for our specific environment, and we can set it the configuration. So